Hello, humanity! Good morning, good evening, or maybe it's the middle of the night wherever you are. We are broadcasting live from Oroville. And I am so excited that I have Jazz with me. And I've known Jazz for 4 years, and he has decided to become a newcomer and to live in Oroville. Welcome, Jazz. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Oroville in this new dimension.
Thank you. Thank you.
So one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was happiness and a deep inner peace of happiness. And what I've loved about you is that you do these amazing tea ceremonies and you do mindfulness practice and meditation. So can you just share a little bit with us about how that brings you happiness?
Sure. Yeah. Mindfulness is basically the art of being present in the moment. And one could say that, happiness is to be in the present with whatever is unfolding in that moment. And unhappiness starts the moment we try to dissociate from what's happening, when we're trying to run away from the things we don't want or towards the things we don't have. So mindfulness means being in the moment with whatever is there, even though sometimes maybe it's not so pleasant. That's okay, it's part of life. But the moment that we try to run away from that, then we're creating real unhappiness. And so mindfulness is the quality that we have and the practice of always returning to the present moment, to be with what is there. Can be a cup of tea, can be the presence of a wonderful friend, it can be many things.
And sometimes also being in that present moment, as you said, can be not so pleasant, not so scary, or not so pleasant and scary. But when you stay in that moment, then things begin to unfold because it's a cycle, right? It's circular. And things shift and change. They're always shifting and changing. And it's just like a tea ceremony. How have I linked that together? Can you tell me also, for you, you're vegan, and that brings in another element of happiness for you, that deep inner happiness and peace, yes?
Yeah, for me, living a life that is in accordance with what I believe in, that brings happiness, to do what you feel you want to do, to do what you feel is the right thing to do for you. That brings happiness, and to disconnect from what we feel is really important to us. That leads eventually to being very depressed, I think. This is why I chose to leave my former job behind and everything, because it's not that I had a bad life, but it was not what I truly believed in. And so I chose to come to Oroville. And there is I don't know if you've heard of Viktor Frankl.
Of course, yes.
So he's a Holocaust survivor, and he experienced the most horrible atrocities in the concentration camps. And he said the ones that were survived were the ones that had purpose, that had meaning. And he says suffering is only pain without meaning, without purpose. So if you can stick with your purpose and your meaning, then anything can be overcome. And as long as you are staying true to yourself, and if there is a bigger picture that you can relate to, then you can overcome difficulties, because they're only things that we need to churn in our path to grow.
And that just reminds me of one of my most favorite films. It's a Beautiful Life. Is that what it's called, Haim?
Yeah.
Life is Beautiful.
The Italian film?
Yes. Yeah. And of course, in that film, a father has a small boy, and they're in a concentration camp in Nazi Germany, right? And he creates this beautiful, beautiful picture so that his son can see the beauty of life. And I think sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't work. But that's where I choose to be, is in that alignment of the beauty. And when things aren't going my way, like you say, it's like staying in that present moment, finding what is deep down inside and allowing it to churn, so that, as we say, the lotus comes from the crap and the shit and caboodle that's down there, right? Mm-hmm. But that's where the lotus grows from. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So tell me more about, I keep coming back to this tea ceremony because I think it's so beautiful with what you do with the tea ceremonies.
Yeah. Tea ceremonies, drinking tea, it's in many ways representative of life. And I mean, anything we do with purpose and with our whole heart, involves all our faculties and can involve all aspects of life, whether, we're a farmer or a carpenter, whether if we bring our whole hearts and minds to it, it will, represent life and bring in all the aspects, and we can grow and evolve into more complete human beings just by doing that. And tea ceremony is, it's a very beautiful practice, and it's about, you're inviting people, it's about welcoming people and acknowledging them and giving them space. It's about, change. The taste of the tea is always changing, it evolves as we brew tea leaves multiple times. And also it involves everyone differences. For everyone experiences the tea in a different way, and that's totally okay. And it's about, connecting to the elements of nature, the water, the trees. Mm-hmm. And we set up the tea table in a way that is, we try to make it very beautiful and peaceful, and at the same time really, bringing the attention to the tea and to the elements of nature. So really inviting the whole world on that tea table, and then just being present with that. And like in the ceremony, every gesture you make has a meaning, and it goes back, many, many centuries often. People have, thought about these things and practiced these things. Although in the end, what is most important is just, that we are present. The rest is technique. If we are really present with what we do, then actually we're inviting all our capacities, all our emotions, all our being into that moment.
So beautiful. Jazz. Thank you so much, and I'm so
You look
thrilled.
high on tea already.
I am high on tea.
Just by talking about it.
I am. I'm always high whenever I see you, and I am so thrilled that you have made this decision to become Orvillian and are going through this process.
You're making me blush here. Enough.
Well, on that note, the most important thing, as we've talked about, is to stay present. How do you stay present? And when you stay present in whatever you're going through, the happiness just bubbles up, right? And there's different practices, and we'll go into those more. But one of them is, let's look at what Viktor Frankl has done. And I'll put that link below. And let's also look at tea ceremonies and how can you take everything in from nature, from outside, and bring it deep into you. And even though I'm making you blush, let's laugh with consciousness as we laugh our way out of the show to celebrate love and laughter, and to celebrate here we are in Oroville and practicing human unity. And on that note, everyone, thank you for joining us this week, and let's laugh our way out.